flourish. That's like an instrumental procession with the king and some of the other thanes. And, it's just after the battle.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
Is execution done on Cawdor? Has he been executed? Are not those in commission yet returned? There's syntax there. Those in commission, have they returned yet?
They are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons.
Frankly is openly. He openly confessed his treasons, that he was a traitor.
Lord your highness pardon, and set forth a deep repentance.
He was deeply repentant. He was sorry.
And nothing in his life became him like the leaving it. He died as one that had been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
So he died as one that had been studied in his death. He was like rehearsed in his death. He died like a man, calm, secure, he wasn't like kicking and screaming. He threw out his death, or his death was like to throw away the dearest thing he owed as 'twere a careless trifle. Like his life was a careless trifle, like a wrapper for a candy bar or something. He didn't care. Like that's how well rehearsed he was. And some very important lines now by Duncan.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust.
So there's no art. In this sense, art means skill. There's no skill to find the mind's construction in the face. There's no skill in figuring out whatever the mind is thinking on someone's face. I'm bad at reading faces. This is what he means. I'm bad at judging people based on what's going on in their brain. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. I trusted him. I trusted him absolutely, and he betrayed me. So when he says there's no skill in figuring out what someone is thinking, he means I'm not good at it, which is funny and fitting because we know what Macbeth has been thinking. Okay, so from the last scene, Macbeth, Banquo, Ross, and Angus, and the king sees them, and he's very happy. Here we go.
Oh, worthiest cousin! The sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me.
The sin of my ingratitude is heavy on me. I'm like overburdened by the inability for me to be gracious to you up until this point.
Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
More is thy due than more than all can pay. So that phrase isn't a cliche, but the idea is a cliche. I owe you way more than I can ever repay you. So, thank you. You literally saved my life, because if the king had lost the battle, he'd be dead. He wouldn't be the king anymore. And then Macbeth says,
service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself.
Oh, my service to you is enough of a payment. He's kind of sucking up, or he might be being legitimately honest.
Your Highness' part is to receive our duties. And our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
So I just did my duty. My duty is to you, the state, your children, your family. I'm just doing my job. I don't really need to thank you. So he might be sucking up, or he might be honest here.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labour to make thee full of growing.
Another interesting metaphor. I've begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. I've planted you, like a seed. So kind of like what Banquo said earlier. And I will watch you grow. I'm going to help you flourish. You saved my kingdom. I'm going to reward you and see that you're prosperous. And now, but Banquo, who's kind of Macbeth's fighting partner, here's something for Banquo.
Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart. So Macbeth, you get a promotion. Banquo, let me hold you to my heart. That's all you get. I just hold you to my heart. That's a nice reward, I guess.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
Yeah, well, if I grow, then it's only because of you. It's because of the love you've given me.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow.
So he says, I'm crying, like tears of joy.
Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland.
Alright, so let me explain that. Remember I said the Scottish kingship didn't just go to the king's oldest son, he had to appoint an heir. So he does it right now. We will establish our estate, our kingdom, upon our eldest Malcolm. My son Malcolm, he's the heir. If anything happens to me, Malcolm is king. And you hear the actor playing Macbeth make like a sound. So Prince of Cumberland, that's just his title. He'll be the Prince of Cumberland until he's king.
Which honour must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
From here to Inverness and bind us further to you. Inverness is Macbeth's castle. Hey Macbeth, so we just won this battle. Why don't we go to your place for dinner tonight? You know, to bind us further to you, to make our bonds even closer. So not only is Malcolm the king, and you're Thane of Cawdor, or Malcolm is the heir, and you're Thane of Cawdor. Let's go to your house tonight, your castle tonight for dinner. And now Macbeth.
This is labour which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
Alright, I'll myself be the harbinger. So I'll be the messenger and make joyful hearing of my wife with your approach. How? Instead of me going with you, let me be the messenger, let me ride ahead, and I'll go say this to my wife in person. So, like, I'll get there first, and, we can get things ready. So humbly take my leave, and then Macbeth leaves.
My worthy Cawdor!
Again, we talked about an aside, so this is for us to hear, but not the other characters. So, here we go, Macbeth.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
Okay, Prince of Cumberland, so we're talking about Malcolm now. That is a step on which I must fall down or else overleap. So that he's a step. Either I'm going to trip and fall through him, or I'll overleap him, I'll get over him. For in my way it lies in my way. There's a syntax there. So, there's another obstacle in getting to be king. Stars, hide your fires. So, stars go out. Eyes of the heaven, stop. Let not light see my black and deep desires. Let not heaven or sky, the earth, whatever, the universe, see what I'm feeling. The eye wink at the hand. Let the eye not even see what the hand is going to do. Yet, let that be, when it's done to see. Okay, that's fine. And back to Duncan.
True, worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me.
In his commendations I am fed. That's syntax. I am fed in his commendations. I'm happy that he's happy.
Let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
Now let's go follow Macbeth. And that's the end of the scene.